Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Bull City Hangout 716. I'm Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skywriter, that's Durham's online community paper, which you can check out in its entirety at durhamskywriter.com. Now, with Bull City Hangout, basically I tell you what's happening today in Durham, and I invite you to click on that link on the Durham Skywriter Facebook page to join me on camera, shoot the breeze, say hello, promote yourself and or your business or your special event. All of that would be super great. And one thing I need to point out, I wanted to do this yesterday, but I forgot. But shout out to Book Harvest and congratulations. They had their annual block party. That was this Saturday at the ballpark downtown. And so I picked up let me tell you what they do. So Book Harvest, basically it's a place on University Drive, that little mall, like right where 15501 starts. So basically they give away books. They encourage literacy for little ones. And they have all these books. Actually, they have a shelf outside their place open 24, well, the place isn't open 24 hours, but the shelf is available 24/7. You can go with your little one, you can pick out a book, take it home, which is super cool. So they had all these nonprofits there. They had for the first, what was it, the first 300 people got $5 coupons for free food from the concession stand. Almost said confessions like we're Catholic. Okay, concession stands. So anyway, it was a really awesome event. So I picked out two books because I'm a great aunt. My nephews, Liam and Ethan, in the Chicago area, are that's where they live. So I picked out. I'm going to mail these to them this week. So two free books. Those big fat paged books for little tykes. So they're only like three. So freight. They love vehicles. Freight Train, and in Spanish, Tren de Carga. So free book. And another free book, one of those fat paged books, with the big words, big letters. A Color of His Own, Su Proprio Color. And it's about, what is this thing? It's like, what is it, a lizard? Or what is this? I think it's a lizard. Anyway, they're talking about the different colors. This is actually a very cute book. Very cute in English and in Spanish. Different animals and different colors they are. So anyway, big shout out to Book Harvest. That was an awesome event. Okay, put these books up because they will be mailed tomorrow. Going downtown tomorrow to mail those off. So let me get started with the show. If this is your first time watching, Bull City Hangout, like I said, it's an offshoot of the Durham Skywriter online community paper. And I'm on Twitter or X, YouTube, and Facebook all at the same time under Durham Skywriter. So even though you can watch the show on Twitter and YouTube, if you want to be on the show, you have to do it from Facebook. I only post the link on Facebook. Okay, let's get started. So I'm going to the Word page. So it's durhamskywriter.com, and then you scroll down or click on Word, which is the government and nonprofit information page, where there's some really good programs being offered by local nonprofits and also the city, county, and state. So there's a lot going on. So it looks like the American Red Cross is still on vacation, a much deserved vacation. They do have classes where you can learn about CPR, first aid, AED, which I think those are the defibrillators for people having heart attacks. Anyway, their classes are in person, online, and also they have classes that are a combination of the two. They're all, pretty affordable. They also have online only classes like babysitting, um, water safety for parents and caregivers in English and in Spanish. Those are free. Also, interesting classes like first aid for opioid overdoses, and also cat and dog first aid, babysitting basics, bloodborne pathogens training for tattoo artists. That's very specific. But anyway, so they're on vacation still, but next week they'll be roaring back with classes. Now, let's see. Oh, one more thing about Book Harvest and their official address, by the way, 2501 University Drive. So I got to meet with someone at Book Harvest, and I was wondering what happened to those Thursday morning story time events. So they're fixing up the family room And so real soon, probably next month, they'll be bringing back those Thursday morning free story time sessions. So just want to let you know they didn't give up on that. They're just making the place better. Okay, let's see. Now, Durham Tech, let me find it first. Oh, the libraries, Durham County Libraries, with today being Tuesday, they're open until 8. Bragtown closes at 6. They reopen tomorrow at 9:30, and Bragtown reopens tomorrow at 10. Okay, let's see. Now, the Durham Tech Small Business Center is actually downtown on Main Street, and they have free classes that are being offered actually across the state. Let me move my keyboard. Okay, so they're offered across the state. These are great for people who are entrepreneurs. Tachi's here watching from Florida on YouTube. Tachi, how are you? So if it's 91 here, oh my goodness, what is it in Florida? It must be like 96. I'm guessing 97. Anyway, happy to have you here, Tachi. Wonderful having you here. Okay, so the free classes that are being offered online, they're really great because if you want to run a business, Tachi can even attend these workshops. I don't think they restrict the viewership by state. So anyway, these are really great classes. I've attended quite a few. So if you want to sign up for these, go ahead. So there are a couple of classes I can mention for today. Here's one happening from 2 until 3. Create social media content for your small business. That again is going to be from 2 until 3. So as soon as Bull City Hangout is over, you might want to hop over there, click on the link that's provided on the Word page and sign up for that. Here's another one from 6 until 8. Startup Business Planning and Budgeting 101 for for-profits and nonprofits. Okay, here's one more from 7 until 8. How to finance your business. You definitely want to stay in business, so learn how to finance your business. There you go. All righty, and I think that is it. Oh, let me check SCORE. They might have something going on. I bet they do. They've been really stepping up their game, and they're back downtown, by the way. So yeah, they moved to was it Chapel Hill? I think they moved to Chapel Hill or Carborough, but they're back in Durham. So anyway, I knew it. Oh, this is going on right now. Oh, shoot. Anyway, I'll mention it anyway. Paid, earned, and owned media. I did mention this yesterday, though. Paid, earned, and owned media. 3 essential elements to marketing success. So if you did get the link and you meant to go to this particular live webinar, here's your reminder to click on that link and attend. So if you forgot because you said you want to watch Bull City Hangout, that's fine. Go to your class. Here's another class, though. This one starts at 1 o'clock, and it's called Mistakes to Avoid When Starting a Business. I can tell you about one mistake that I saw happen more than once back home from Chicago. I have seen people open businesses, and they're too grand. And what I mean by that, not being judgmental, but I'm just saying they started the business realizing the vision that they had for their business in its final form. So they started too big and went out of business because they opened up too grand. The most heartbreaking business that I saw fail in this way, these young guys, they were so smart. They had a brilliant idea. So it's not such a big deal probably here in Durham, but in Chicago, City Hall, it's hard to get to City Hall because Chicago is so gigantic. Parking downtown is almost an impossibility. Chicago's just too big. You have to figure out, you really have to plan out your visits to downtown if you don't work downtown and you're just going to visit City Hall to do business. So architects, when they want to, they have to have the architectural drawings. When they want to make alterations or new buildings, you have to have everything approved in City Hall. I don't know the name of the department. I haven't lived in Chicago for more than 20 years. I forget. But architects have to line up at whatever department downtown at City Hall, and it can take all day. You could lose a lot of money just waiting in line. So these young men, and they were black too, so that's what made it so heartbreaking for me. But these young men, they opened up an office right across from City Hall. So they're paying high rent. So their idea was to have the architects or whoever it is I'm talking about see them, give them all their, whatever they're going, whatever you do at City Hall, you would do it there, and they would on your behalf represent you in City Hall. So you just stop by their office with your the papers, the blueprints, and whatever, and they'd handle your business for you at City Hall. Brilliant. But like I said, they're paying super high rent right across from City Hall. They had big staff, secretaries, and all of that. And actually, it would have been smarter for them to, because they had to market. How would the architects know that they're there? So the marketing had to be, it was going to be expensive as well. Anyway, they failed pretty quickly, and it was really a brilliant idea. But had they started maybe in a neighborhood close to downtown, um, and start out with a few architects, it probably would have been much more lucrative, where they could have made money while in a nearby neighborhood and doing the footwork themselves, and then earn the money to open a gigantic office. Anyway, I'm just saying, starting out grand sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't. So you can learn all about that during this class. I want to respect your time and continue quickly. I apologize. I get off in these little lost in these little tangents. So anyway, let me continue and respect your time. Your time. Okay. Now we are going to go to the school tools page because this is very, very exciting. A coding class for girls. Okay. A 3-day coding camp. So here it is. Black Girls Code. This is an international, or at least a national nonprofit. And Tachi, I know you're watching from Florida. I'm curious if they have this in Florida. But Black Girls Code, they're going to host a 3-day Black Girls Code Raleigh-Durham boot camp. It's going to be here in Durham at the W.G. Pearson Center, which is at 600 East Umstead Street. This is just east of the Stanford L. Warren Library on Fayetteville Street. So on Monday, this coming Monday, the 22nd, through Wednesday, 3-day workshop from 9 until 4. This is an all-day thing. Black girls ages 11, 12, and 13, they're invited to learn coding. They will be meeting computer industry experts. They'll be learning about STEAM, which stands for science, technology, engineering, the arts, mathematics. They can learn all about this line of work, whether to, see if they can go to college for it. They will be learning how to write code for their own games they'll be thinking up, or apps if they want to do that. So this is going to give them a real, like a launch pad for their future. I think this is very exciting. And what I really love about this, and Tashi's saying, very cool indeed. Here's the thing. Now, you've seen these camps where you're paying like hundreds of dollars per week, and your child might be just, hanging out. This 3-day event for these Black girls, 11, 12, and 13, is $30 for all 3 days. $30. Now, if that's too much, because not all of us have $30 that we can spare, they have scholarships. Okay, so the email address is right there. Write to them immediately. Get a scholarship for your daughter, grandchild, niece, whatever. Get them into this 3-day camp, because this might be the key to their future. Very often, especially low-income kids, are very often they're very often, they're targeted for basketball. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying. But with the more intellectual pursuits, very often And this is not just for low-income girls. I'm just saying. I'm just making a point that the fact that it's only $30. But very often, what we call inner city or low-income kids are not targeted for programs like this. This can really make a big difference in a young girl's life. So if you can get your girl into this, your daughter, grandchild, neighbor, niece, whatever, yeah, this is a big deal. This is a very big deal. It could very well, if I were a kid nowadays, yeah, I would be all up into this for real. Okay. Anyway, let me continue. Respect your time. We're now going to the health page. And by the way, you can find the information on the school tools page of the Durham Skywriter, durhamskywriter.com. Okay, now we're going to the health page where we still have COVID information for people who are curious because it has never left us. Now, when I was at the Book Harvest block party, there were a couple of organizations there letting people know that Medicaid here in North Carolina, they have raised the income ceiling relatively recently, and they're encouraging people who maybe they tried for Medicaid and they were told their income is a bit too high. Try again, because like I said, they just raised the ceiling, the income ceiling. I have here on the health page several ways to apply for Medicaid: in person, over the phone, online, with a phone call. So all kinds of different ways. At the very, very worst, they'll say no. So you might as well try. So this is on the health page. Okay. And wait, let me see here. Wait, what is today? 16. Okay, that's next week. Okay. All right, let me check. I'm not working from notes like I usually do because I wanted to be on time. It's just the way it is. So let's see if there are any blood drives today. No. Yes. Okay, the American Red Cross, they have a crew over there at the American Legion Durham Post 7, 406 East Trinity Avenue, and they just started. So they're there from noon until 5, collecting donations of blood. You can literally save lives. So if you want to do that, I greatly encourage you to help out. Okay, and tomorrow, Blood Connection, they do the same thing. They save lives with blood donations. So tomorrow, they will be at the Durham VA Medical Center on Fulton Street over there by Duke. So 508 Fulton Street from 10 until 3 tomorrow. They will have another crew over at Revco Solutions on Meridian Parkway. That's right off of Highway 55. And that will also be from 10 until 3. Help save lives. That would be super awesome. Now, today's Tuesday, which means HELP is open today until 2. HELP is the Health Equipment Loan Program. They are at 4206 North Roxborough Street. You can donate things like wheelchairs, canes, self-care, self-transport, items like that. So you donate them, they clean them up, fix them if necessary, and then they loan them out to people who can't afford them for 3 months at a time. This is great for people who are elderly, just out of a hospital, injured, whatever. So you can borrow these items for 90 days. So if you want to donate something, I've got the phone number there. You can give them a call and run over there real quick. They're open until 2. If you can't make it by 2, that's fine, because they're also open on Fridays from 1 until 5. Okay. And like I said, you can borrow these items for 90 days at a time, or you can donate these items. All righty. I've got to make a new video. I do have a video on the health page where Amy explains how the program works. It is a Durham County program, but Amy's no longer with them, so I need to make a new video with the new director. So I'll probably do that probably within the next couple of weeks. All righty, let's go to, I keep looking over here for my notes, and there are no notes. So let's go over to the Senior Scope page. And let's see what's happening at the Durham Center for Senior Life, 406 Rigsby Avenue, downtown. Free parking, free membership, free activities, great place to hang out if you're older. And if the parking lot is full, and it very often is, because people are definitely catching on, what a cool place. And when I say it's a cool place, if you're like me, you don't have air conditioning, it's literally a cool place. Which makes me realize I need to mention Operation Fan Heat Relief is still on. They've got a few fans left. They're giving away fans. They're I don't know if they still have AC units. I'm sure they go probably pretty quickly. You can ask, you can call 919 8 wait 688-8247. You can ask if they have any AC units, but if they don't, ask if they have any box fans, because the box fans are really, really good. I've got a couple. So Operation Fan Heat Relief. Usually it's on certain days. They're doing it differently this week. This week, or rather this year, they're saying just drop by or call. And if they have one, they'll give it to you. Simple as that. Okay, now today's Tuesday, which means quilt making at 1, Arthritis Foundation exercise program at 2:15, muscle pump 5:15, Pinocchio. I know it's a card game. It looks like Pinocchio, but I think it's pronounced Pinocchio. 5:15. They want to promote the fact that they're open during the evening, which is really great because it starts cooling off in the evening. So Pinocchio, 5:15 to 7, and then line dancing, 6:15 to 7:15. Now, tomorrow morning, Durham County Veteran Services, this is where you call and make an appointment for tomorrow between 1 and 3. This is for military veterans and their families. You can find out which benefits you're eligible to sign up for. Sometimes they forget to sign up or depression sets in and they just don't. So you can find out what benefits you and your family might have already earned that you're not taking advantage of. So see if you can make, and if you can't, if they're all full tomorrow, they do this on certain Mondays and certain Wednesdays. Okay, actividades en español, 10:30, and that's for people who speak Spanish, and they have fun activities in Spanish. And then Spanish class for people like me who want to learn Spanish, so that's going to be at 1 o'clock tomorrow. So let me see if there are any special events right now. Oh, that was last week. Okay, let's see. Today's Tuesday. So tomorrow, painting with police. If you want to paint and you want to talk to the police, maybe about certain, this is a nice casual way to talk about things happening in your community or around your house. This is a cool way to low key talk with the police. Otherwise, you're just hanging out with the police. So all of the art supplies are supplied, and they limit it to a certain number of people because they don't want like 200 people there in one room. So you do have to call and register at extension 110. So that's going to be tomorrow, 12:30 until 3 in the art studio. Let's see. I mentioned the Veteran Services. Now, Thursday, the Durham Volunteer Network Speaker Series will be from 12:30 until 1:30, so you can register for that. And this is for people who are looking for volunteer opportunities. So the person speaking will be from the RSVP program. You might remember that program, Retired and Senior Volunteer Program. They used to be under Durham Tech, and now they're under the Volunteer Center, which is off of Highway 55. So you can learn about volunteer opportunities with the Retired and Senior Volunteer Program. They actually are in the school, well, school's out, but usually they're also in the schools, one-on-one reading and math tutoring with the kiddies. And I don't know where else they have. I know they used to be at the airport. I'm saying used to because I met the new director and I asked her if they still have positions at the airport where seniors volunteer. And she seemed surprised. I guess she didn't know that they used to do that. But I know that they have some volunteer opportunities. You can learn about them. That's going to be Thursday, so you can call and register for that. And then you can register for what's happening at Duke. This is going to be on Friday at 10 in the morning. And basically they talk about AI, environmental issues, research done by Duke researchers. So if you're interested in that, definitely call and sign up for that. It's going to be on Friday. Okay, let's go to the Let's Go page, I do want to point out that the cover story for the Durham Skywriter details games that games that we used to play in Chicago. I was a little kid, like freeze tag, really fun, wholesome games that the kids nowadays they don't know these games. Really fun for maybe vacation Bible schools, Durham Parks and Recreation summer camps, any kind of summer camps, anywhere there's children. You don't need a whole bunch of kids for these games. Well, certain games like Red Rover, you definitely need a bunch of kids. But for the most part, you don't need a lot of, like Mother May I, you just need a few kids for that. So anyway, so check out the cover page for that. Also, check out, please, the how-to. You know, it's going to be really hot this week, even though we're cooling down to the 80s later this week. But on the how-to page, you can learn the difference between heat exhaustion and heat stroke. Really important to know because you can literally save someone's life if they fall out in front of your house or in the parking lot or something. And people are standing around not knowing what to do. Of course, you call 911. But there are certain things that you can do to literally save their lives, to bring their temperature down. For example, if you have a bunch of frozen vegetables by the bag, you can get them from Walmart for 87 cents or whatever. Have a bunch of those just at the ready. If someone falls out in front of your house, you can run out there. You put bags under their arms in the groin area and behind their knees. Bring their core temperature down until the 911 arrives. Then, yeah. So there you go. But I still want you to go to the how-to page and learn the difference because they're not the heat stroke is not the same as heat exhaustion. They're both life challenging, but we all need to know the difference. Okay, now I'm on the Let's Go page, and we're going to see what's happening this afternoon here in the Bull City. One thing that I know for sure, if you need groceries, you need to go get some for free. New Visions of Africa restaurant every Tuesday. They give away groceries starting at 12:30. They're right next door to W.D. Hill. So if you're driving, go around and park in the W.D. Hill parking lot. The address is 1306 Fayetteville Street. They're served by the 5 and the 5K bus. They give away lots of food. So if you have a rollaway cart, bring it. So that's going to be from 12:30. I know it's really hot out, but they are serving the people while supplies last. So it might be for another hour or two, depending on how many people show up. And sometimes they have so much that they leave things. Like last week, they left out jar upon jar of pickles. That was the craziest sight to see dozens of pickle jars sitting around. So anyway, 12:30, try to be there. Now, from 3 until 6, New Visions will be giving away prepared meals. Not all of us are living in situations where we have kitchen access. So you can get a free meal from 3 until 6, and that will be this afternoon later on. Now I know it's hot, but RTP Uncorked, they do have the Boxyard Run Club. They run for a few miles. You can choose to run for 3 miles if you like through Research Triangle Park. At the very least, have a wet towel around your neck, please. All paces are welcome. And everybody meets up on the grass by Leroy's Tacos before you do have to sign like some kind of a sign-in sheet when you get there. It is free. So this is meeting over at the Boxyard RTP, which is at 900 Park Offices Drive off of Highway 54. And like I said, right outside Leroy's Tacos. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's right. Senior Pharmacist. I work for them part-time. Senior Pharmacist, they're hosting a Medicare Basics seminar. Now, very often it's in person at the Durham Center for Senior Life, but usually there's a couple of times a month when they have the seminar online on Zoom for those who can't make it out. And it's so hot today. That's a good idea. So it's going to be virtual. So if you're about to turn 65 and you never really thought about Medicare until now, or if you're already past 65 and you're realizing I should have signed up, so go ahead, check it out. 6 o'clock on Zoom. Click on the link, register or call or click register for this free event, which starts at 6. You Call This Yoga. They will be hosting Gentle Flow Yoga with 𝗕𝗓𝗧𝗬. It's going to be from 6 until 7 at City Network. They've got their own little parking lot, 112 Broadway Street. This is free. Don't forget to bring your yoga mat. If you're not really into yoga, you want to learn, you don't have a mat, just bring if you have a beach towel, that would be great, or a couple of regular sized towels. We just don't want you directly, on the floor. Okay. Now this is really wild and interesting. The J.B. Duke Hotel, which is off of Science Drive, 230 Science Drive, they're presenting their Artful Summer Artist in Residence event. It's going to be today from 6 until 8. So they have a featured artist, a painter named Michaela Walker. So she will be creating a masterpiece in real time. So you're sitting there watching an artist actually create art. Usually we're able to go to like the National Museum or whatever, and we see the beautiful art and we just, just enjoy it. But you actually get to watch the artist create art. So, and they will have food and drink available for purchase. So you can actually just sit there and watch, or you can sit there and have a little light din while you watch. So this is going to be from 6 until 8, again at the J.B. Duke Hotel. And it's going to be nice and cool there. So Michaela Walker is the featured painter for this week. There's going to be another one next week. Okay, the Black and Brown Ballet class is going to be held at the 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟𝗓 Heritage Center this afternoon, or evening rather, from 6:30 until 8. The 𝗕𝗨𝗟 is at Fayetteville and Lakewood Streets. So this is for beginners and intermediate dancers, at least age 12, starting out with stretching and bending, etc., and then getting into the traditional ballet technique. So again, it's from 6:30 until 8. There's a $10 fee, and there's a link so you can purchase in advance if you'd like to do it that way. Harris Beverage is the site for the Durham Toastmasters meeting. This is where you get to learn how to develop your public speaking skills. It's free in a supportive environment, so everybody's learning, so everybody's going to be supporting you. You don't have to be embarrassed, but this is a great way to learn how to talk on camera or in person, like if you want to give speeches, or maybe you're a student working on your dissertation and you want to talk in front of the class, or if you want to for whoever wants to speak at churches, or maybe you just joined a nonprofit and part of your new duties is going and speaking at libraries and whatnot. So this is a really great place to learn how to speak in person. Like what I'm doing, I probably could have used some training, but yeah, it's a great way to learn how to just talk. And I don't know if the emphasis, and Tachi, I know you're an instructor. I don't know if you ever went to Toastmasters. I wonder if the emphasis is on talking without notes or with notes. I'm just curious, because talking extemporaneously for me is fascinating, which is why very often I like to watch people who are just like live streaming or like on YouTube. I love to watch those like storm chasers and people who are when there's breaking news or whatever. That fascinates me, the fact that people can talk without notes. So I don't know if this is what you're learning at Durham Toastmasters. Maybe I should go and find out. But that's going to be today from 6:30 until 8. I just might go one of these days. Maybe not today because it's so hot. I think if I sat in my car for more than a minute, it doesn't have air conditioning, I very well might melt onto the seat. So I might go another week when it's not so hot. But if it's too hot for you, you can actually attend via Zoom. So there you go. Let me tell you where Harris Beverage is. It's at 1305 Hillsborough Road. And it might be hard to find because it says here that you turn in between the hot dog and Wendy's. There you go. You're welcome. So I do have a link so you can sign up in advance. Okay, the Tuesday Blues Jam that starts at 7 o'clock is for about 3 hours at the Blue Note Grill. It's free, so you can hear the blues for free. You can listen to blues for free admission. Parking is free. You can dance for free. Sounds really great. And you can sit in for free. So if you want to sit in, you don't have to bring your own amp. You can use one of their amps if you play guitar or bass. You do sign up. They don't want you to just hop on stage. They might scare people. So definitely sign up in advance. But it will be the Tuesday Blues Jam, 7 to 10, Blue Note Grill, 709 Washington Street. And Tachi is saying, check it out. I will. Maybe not today, though. But yes, I definitely will because I'm curious. I know come to think of it, now my niece is a priest. And I do remember her signing up for Toastmasters back home in Chicago. And I never really asked her about it. But yeah, and she's a real good public speaker. And of course, I love to watch her during the church services, via YouTube. She's really great. Anyway, now, 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟𝗓 is back with Eloquent Soul open mic night at Missy Lane's Assembly Room. And I say it that way because I don't want you to think I'm saying Miss Elaine. It's Missy Lane's Assembly Room, 310 East Main Street, which is downtown. So you sign up, and then if you want to perform, like I said, it's open mic night. Eloquent Soul is for spoken word, and you can also do it to music. So here, let me get this correct. So each performer gets 5 minutes to recite up to 2 poems or to perform 1 song. So Mr. Joe Holloway is there directing the house band. This sounds really interesting because it's spoken word and music. I've never really seen the two right there together. So you can tell the house band, I guess, what to play, and they'll play it, and then you could sing, or like I said, perform spoken word to music. That might be really hip. Tickets are $10, and if you're a member of Missy Lane's Assembly Room, then you can join, and attend events for free. Now tomorrow, Bell Yeager Free Will Baptist Church at 128 East Cornwallis Road, they will be giving away food. 10 until noon. They line up way in advance. There's still a big need for free food. So from 10 until noon, get there a couple of hours early. I'm just saying, make sure you have plenty of gas in your car and that your car is in pretty good shape, because I remember a couple of breakdowns. It's really hot out there. You just never know. A lot of us have really old cars. My car is a 97, so I'm just saying. So that's from 10 until noon. Now, Catholic Charities, they have the Durham Community Food Pantry over there at 2020 Chapel Hill Road in the Lakewood Shopping Center, in between the new Lincoln Community Health Center. And I want to tell Tachi, because she's not from North Carolina, the Lincoln Community Health Center, actually back in the day when my mom was growing up here in Durham, it was the Lincoln Hospital. So Black folks had their own hospital back in the day, Lincoln Hospital. And in fact, my cousin Julia, who's 99 years old, she worked as a secretary at the at the Lincoln Hospital. Now it's the Lincoln Community Health Center, because what they did back in the, mind you, I'm from Chicago, I think it was the 70s, I'm not sure, 80s, I'm not sure, but Duke University and Lincoln Hospital, and there was another hospital, Durham Regional. Oh, I know what happened. Oh, I know. Okay. So Duke, Lincoln, and where the North Carolina School of Science and Math is now, that was a hospital. I don't know what it was called, but that was a hospital back in the day. So the three came together and created, if I'm not mistaken, Durham Regional Hospital, so it could serve everybody. And that's on North Roxborough Street right now, still existing. So Lincoln had to pretty much like shut down to help become Durham Regional. So our community still has the Lincoln Community Health Center. So it's not a hospital, but it serves the public with health, with doctors, dentists, general practitioners, that sort of thing. But it's not a full-fledged hospital where you stay the night. And then I think it might have been called Hillendale Hospital. I'm not sure. But the hospital on Club Boulevard is now the North Carolina School of Science and Math for brilliant high school students from across the state, where they can go to a super duper high school that is actually part of the North Carolina University system. It's crazy. It's wild. It's wild. We're wild down here. Okay. I have no idea where I am. Am I done? I really got carried away there. Oh, I was talking about Lincoln. Okay, so the Durham Community Food Pantry is in between the new Lincoln Community Health Center because now there's two. So the new one just opened this year. So in between that and the scrap exchange. There you go. Okay, that was a little history lesson just for Tachi and for those of you who, like me, aren't natives of the area or who are maybe younger and didn't know the history. All right, let's look at the weather. I didn't finish that. Okay, wait, okay, let me finish. I'm so unprofessional. I'm not trying to be slick. I know I'm not slick and professional. I don't even worry about it. I'm trying to get the information to you. I consider all of you my friends. Okay. So, what I was saying about okay, wait, where is it? What I was trying to say about the Durham Community Food Pantry is that from 10 until 1, they give away groceries. You stop by, you talk to a social worker, you get a bunch of groceries, let them know if you have any food requirements, like no pork, for example. They'll put something else in there. Let them know if you need anything else because people are always giving away clothes and shoes and stuff. So if your 11-year-old needs a raincoat, whatever, let them know. They might have it out back. Also, they have diapers. They have pull-ups, newborn to toddler, and then big ones for adults. And they have people there who speak Spanish, and there's one lady there who speaks French. So I know a lot of West Africans speak French, and she's able to communicate. Now, let's do the weather. All righty. The weather. It is hot. Right now, oh my goodness, it went up 2 degrees since I started the show. Folks, it's 93 degrees out there. It is so humid. Thank goodness I've got a ceiling fan here in my kitchen, but it is 93 degrees right now. And Tachi, if you're still watching, I'm just curious what it is where you are, because I know you're in Florida. I bet it's so humid down there right now. I'll bet it's 97 in Florida. Anyway, it's going up to 95 degrees today, so we're almost there. And the sun will be pretty much playing peekaboo all afternoon, but it's going to be intense. Stay hydrated, please. Now, tomorrow, it's going up to 94 with a 35% chance of rain. Not just rain, but storms. So that's going to be tomorrow, 94. So it's going to be really humid and intense tomorrow. And for the rest of the week, Thursday, 89 chance of thunderstorms. Friday, 84 chance of thunderstorms. And let's pray that it doesn't rain on Friday afternoon because it's Third Friday. That's the art walks. That's when I DJ downtown. So let's hope that it doesn't rain on Friday. Let's try to put the good word in for that. So it's 93 right now, climbing up to 95. And with that, I know I went off on some tangents. As I'm not going to really apologize. It's part of the fun of doing the show. You can always tune out when I get carried away. This is fun for me. I love it. I'm not making money with this. I'm just having fun, sharing information for you. It's the love. I'm doing this for the love, basically. Love for the community, love for the folks. So if you have information, be sure to share it with me, 𝗕𝗓𝗟𝗏@yahoo.com. Call, slip in my DMs, whatever. That's also welcome. I also welcome it when you join me on camera because it's always fun. Bull City Hangout airs every weekday at noon, and then Saturdays at 10. And sometimes I have to pre-record the show because sometimes I have to be somewhere or my work as senior pharmacist sometimes has to take precedence. And sometimes I'm actually helping the older folks in my life, and that happens too without warning. So with that, have a beautiful afternoon. Stay hydrated, and I'll see you tomorrow at noon for Bull City Hangout. Ciao for now.